The story of Lila and her mom. A lesson in caution. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Lila, a curious and joyful child who loved exploring the world around her. She lived in a small village surrounded by forests and fields, a place where everyone knew each other. But her mom, always attentive, knew it was important to teach Lila to be cautious around strangers, even in such a peaceful place. One afternoon, as Lila and her mom were walking near the river, Lila asked a question that had been on her mind for a while. "Mom, why do you always tell me not to talk to strangers?" she asked, skipping beside her. Her mom smiled and stopped to sit on a large rock by the water. She took Lila's hand and said, "Come here, sweetheart. Sit down. I'll explain." Lila sat down, attentive, her eyes wide open. "You see, Lila, the world is full of wonderful people, but there are also some who aren't always kind. That's why we need to be careful. For example, if a stranger approaches you and offers you candy or asks you to follow them somewhere, what do? Lila thought for a moment. "I say no and run to find you," she replied proudly. "Exactly," said her mom, stroking her hair. "You should never accept gifts or go somewhere with someone you don't know, even if they seem nice. And if someone asks you to keep a secret, especially if it's an adult, you must always come and tell me. Secrets between adults and children aren't real secrets, understand?" Lila nodded seriously. "Yes, Mom. And if I feel like I'm in danger?" "You shout as loud as you can to get attention, and you run to a safe place, like a house where you know the people or a store. And most importantly, you never wander too far from me or your dad when we're outside, okay?" "Okay, Mom, I promise," said Lila, smiling. Her mom kissed her on the forehead and added, "You're a smart girl, Lila. I trust you to make good choices. But never forget that I'm always here for you, no matter what happens." Lila felt reassured and proud to have learned this important lesson. She now knew that even though the world was full of wonders, it was also important to be cautious. That evening, back at home, Lila drew a big heart with the words "Mom and Lila" written in the middle. She knew her mom was always there to protect her and teach her how to grow up safely. And so, Lila continued to explore the world, but always with caution, keeping her mom's precious advice close to her heart. The end.